Okay, so today we are going to see the topic that is incremental design and architecture, right? So everyone know what is this incremental, right? So when we are doing this incremental designing, okay, who we are involving in this incremental designing, in which case we are doing this incremental designing, everyone know, right? So here whenever we are involving customers, right, definitely we are getting new features, okay, new features or new requirements. Here we are involving the stakeholder or the customers, right? We are involving the stakeholders and the customers. With this only we are getting all the new requirements or the new features, whatever the new designs they want to add in that particular architecture. With that we are getting some information. So based on this new feature, what we are doing here, we are doing incremental design. Means if customer is giving, then only we are going to add that features in that particular architecture. If customer don't want to that feature in that particular architecture, we are trying to remove. Okay, like that we are doing the changes. These all changes are going to be done depend upon the customer requirements, right? Depend upon the customer requirements. So developers and the programmers, they together are working on this particular design. Okay, whatever the requirements they will be adding in that and releasing in the particular iterations, right? Yeah, iteration 1 2 3, like that they will be releasing. So here incremental design, why we are doing incremental design, it's clear now, right? Why? Because here we are using the XP agile models. Definitely we are involving the customers. Definitely they will be giving their feedbacks and the requirements, whatever the features they want to see in that particular architecture, they will be giving the information. And what are the features they don't want to see in that particular architecture, that also information they will be giving. And based on their requirements, here developers or the programmers, they will be designing the course. Okay, they will be working and what suits and what not suits, and why it is not suiting, they will be giving the clear information to the stakeholders. So based upon that stakeholder only deciding, right? So like that, the incremental design and architectures are going to be built. So here we are going to see in this continuous design. What is this continuous design? So when this continuous design will be happening, when this continuous design will be happening, means whenever the stakeholder is giving his requirements, okay, continuously or weekly or monthly or day by day, he is giving any changes to that. So here developers, they will be making some practice on that particular design codes, whatever the codes they have written based on that particular stakeholders features, right? They will be sharing in that particular repositories and doing they will be sharing on some particular repository several times a day, right? So whatever the features, whatever they want to do, okay, simply they won't add directly into that server, first they will be doing some lot of practice on that designing code, and they will be sharing in the repository, and everyone will be checking that particular code. Okay, is there any changes, or is there anything need to added? Okay, like that they will be sharing in that particular repository several times. Okay, whoever are involving in that team, they will be doing the changes, they will be making like updating the code, or like that according to their need, according to that particular scenario or the requirement, they will be changing, right? So here, that's why we are saying this continuous design is a development practice. Okay, it is a development practice. It is not a direct gunshot, whatever the code we have written, it executed and shown the output. Okay, not like that. Here development practice to that particular design code will be done. How they will be doing the practice? They will be sharing into the repository several times a day, so that whoever are working in that, they will be working or changing, updating the codes, right? So this continuous design will be occurring mainly whenever the customer is giving any new requirements or new things to add in that, right? So here lot of discussions, decisions, works, meetings will be involved. Simply they are not going to be designing that particular code and running, right? So that is continuous design. And second, risk driven architecture, right? So definitely everyone will be having some risk so you, for example, you can see in your life, okay, you people are having some tension, some risk, like exams, okay, how they will be conducting, how they will be selecting the platform for us. We only the new for everything, they are doing testing on us, okay, like that. And these all are the risk for you, means for you, means everyone is having the individual, right? Student risks are this. And like if your parents are there, okay, what are their risk how to run the house, okay, financial, money, budget, how to run the house, okay, how to feed everyone, okay, how to pay the fees. These all things are the risk and problems of who? Parents. Means each and everyone individually is having some different risk or problems in their lives, right? So like that also we are having some risk and risk in this particular projects also. So here the most important thing, whenever the risks are there in that particular architecture, means first of all we have to take a decision, okay, we have to make a particular decision, so that if we take this decision, how we can solve this problem. Okay, if we take these are the problems and risk, what will be the solution? మనం మంచిగా ప్రిపేర్ అయ్యామనుకోండి, వాళ్ళు ఎలా అయినా పెట్టుకొని we can attend the exam, right? So here financial or budget problem is, if we earn good or if we save anything, then it will be helping us in our bad conditions also, right? So like that in projects also, if we face any risk already in features, what will be the solution for that? Okay, how the solution will be given to that particular problem, like that. So risk driven architecture is nothing but, here first of all, it is a software architecture it has been faced a lot of risk, okay, in their projects, okay, when they was developing, while they was working in that particular project, they have faced a lot of problems in that, right? So whatever the problems they have faced, first main important thing is decision. Okay, if the decision is good, okay, if already solutions are there for that particular risk, okay, so that we can easily resolve in that particular time, we can save the time. Okay, so like that risk driven architecture will be there, right? So that is continuous design. And second one is the risk driven architecture, right? So main important in this, whenever the issues or the bugs has been raised, we have to decide what to do, how to resolve, is there existing any solutions or not, okay, like that we have depend upon these all things, we have to take the solutions, right? And what will be the results with this incremental design and architecture? What will be the result means, simply here first thing manam emanacha, here new features will be added, okay, plus features will be added, okay, new features will be added. And we are involving the customer directly. Based on these features, we are developing the new designs, right? And doing some equal measurements, right? Whatever the new features are added, we are releasing in first iteration, like I1, I2, right? I1, I2, I3, like that we are releasing in and getting the profits and earning in that. Okay, so with this we are having some lot of profits, right, with incremental design. So when you use this incremental design, okay, if you design well, every iterations advances the software features, whatever the design depend upon the design only. Here all the software features will be illustrated and how it is working and how the design is there. Okay, so in equal measurement it will be displaying to the users, customers, and means simultaneously users will be getting the profit, organization will be getting the profit, whoever has been developed that for them, organization will be giving some bonus or doing some increments, okay, like that. So equal measurements will be there for them. And contradiction, what is this contradiction means? Here first of all, incremental design is required. How it's requirement? Simple design, okay, simple design and constant improvement should be there, okay. It should not be a tough, it should not be a costly, okay, like that. If we make in that way means definitely we are going to be face the problems, okay. Simultaneously, how we have to design should be a simple and easily and within the budget, right? And we have to improve all the features and whatever the features we have added in this, then only we can overcome the problems whatever we are facing in this incremental design architecture. If you won't prepare simple design means definitely it will be a tough, customer won't prefer that, okay, they will be not using for that, okay, like that. If you are not doing any changes to that, no one will be buying, right? So like that, if we take any other example like mobiles ma previous first లో మనకు మొబైల్స్ కొత్తగా వచ్చినప్పుడు నోకియా మొబైల్ అంటే అసలు హైలైట్ అసలు, రైట్? Everyone was like fida on that Nokia mobiles, right? It was working technology and however the connections it is working, okay, whatever the features, everything is easily understandable and easily they can operate, right? The person who is uneducated also can operate this Nokia mobiles easily, right? So nowadays what happened, my Nokia is not updating any features, okay, simply that version has been closed, right? If they do constant improvement on that particular device, now they will be in top position, right? They will be in top position. So like that, if we are doing any changes to any product, definitely we have to work on that and continuously we have to do a changes, add the features, depend upon the customer or depend upon the time to market, like that, right? So that is about the incremental design and architecture ma. So mainly here, why we are using this incremental architecture design means here it's a changing design and development of the software, right? So we are involving the customer and taking the requirements from them, whatever the suits, okay, whatever the requirements are given by that customer, if it is suitable in that particular, then we will be doing some changing and developing that particular software, okay. The first thing is that. So first thing is customer involvement should be there, okay, based on his features, whatever the requirements he has given, we are doing the work on that, okay. Avi manchigunte we are adding, okay, we are changing the designs and we are developing the softwares to that, right? And second here, whatever the designs, whatever the changes we are doing for that, okay, here we have to do some fine tuning, how it is working, if we included what are the things are going to be done, okay. What will be the results for that, okay. If the results are good, then okay. If results anything affect means, what are the steps we need to take, what are the necessary steps we need to take, okay, like that. These all things we have to think about that, right? Means we have to think about positive and negative. If it is positive, everything is okay. If it is negative, what are the steps we need to take and what are the changes we need to take, okay, like that. And it is tend to better like whatever the designs we are making, okay, sometimes we are getting like a advantages, sometimes we are getting some disadvantages with that, right? So whatever the flaws or whatever the advantages and disadvantages are there, we have to identify and we have to work, okay. If it is unable to identify whatever the problems, whatever the issues are there, unable to fix within that particular time, then we can work on that later also, right? So and next in a software projects, whatever like changes, whatever the challenging features we are added in that, okay, we can do some modifications. Or if any modifications are unable to do, it is consuming a lot of time, means you can postpone to the next iterations, right? So like that facilities are provided in this agile model, right? So whatever the incremental designs are there, okay, they will be exposing and they will be providing the entire process more relaxed in the long term or long run, right? So whenever we are using this XP agile model, it is providing a long life to that particular project, simply we can say. And whatever the elements and whatever the changes, right, incremental design is nothing but we are saying that adding the features, doing the changes, means what kind of a changes they can do. They can like a methods they can change, class or name spaces they will be creating, okay, how the process is working in that, okay. So like that means they will be doing all the estimations, okay, all the estimations whenever they are creating anything. So they will be adding these all things in that and changing that architecture behavior, right, changing that architecture behavior. And at last, this incremental design, we can say that it is a best method for TDD, right? It is a best method for TDD because it will be allows a multi-facet, right, faced approach that ensures the success of large scale project. So remember this point carefully, it's a very very important point, right? So here whatever the best method for this incremental design is TDD, right? And it will be why, because it's best method, we are saying it will be allowing a like a multi-phased, means whenever the bugs are there, we are fixing, refactoring, changing, and we are executing. With this we can get a success, right? We can get a quality of project for a long term. With that only, here whenever the products are releasing in the particular market, they will be giving some guarantee and warranty. How they will be giving for 2 years, 5 years warranties like this, they will be giving, means based upon this, whatever the approaches, whatever the test methods they have applied, right? So based on that estimation only, they will be giving that all offers to the customers, right? So whatever I said, this point is very important, so make a note, okay. And incremental design, mainly it is like here we are doing like a continuous integrations, right? It will be useful in the business alignments and team structures. Definitely it will be providing some quality collaborations, okay. Like by means collaborations, means whenever they want to do any practice on this incremental design, first of all they will be gathering, okay, team members will be gathering, and they will be conducting the meetings, whatever the points they have noted, okay, they will be writing on the charts, making the discussions, okay. Simply they will be doing some collective decision making in that, right? And whatever the information and how to start, what to add in that particular design, okay, all strengths and weakness they will be identifying before developing any projects, okay. What will be the advantages and what will be the disadvantages in this particular project, they all will be involving and identifying. And overall this design is going to be evolving and it will be helping us to create some more refined, okay, without any issues, without any problems, they we can solve this all things and we can get a clean and clear project, right? So that the customer should be happy at last. And whatever the designs, means whenever we want to change any changes, okay, most probably here the overall design of the application is continually not this much, because the design will be improving peaks, okay. So whatever the requirements we gather, whatever the analysis we gather here, okay, at peak time they will be trying to work on that and adding the new perspectives and all the new changes in that. Okay, if any refactoring is needed, they will be applying that refactoring techniques on that. Okay, based on that means they will be thinking, they will be fixing, and if any issues are there, they will be running and trying to give us proper solution to that particular issue or a problems, right? So this refactorings may they will be using several times in their projects whenever they are going to be delivering any particular stories to the customers. Okay, and mainly they will be forming as like a coding pairing so like navigators and driver. Okay, based upon that, here managers they will be checking all the things. Once they give the signals, here programmers will be writing the code and they will be testing. Okay, so like that, in that way they will be implementing and working and assisting to each other. So this is about the incremental design and architecture mainly. This incremental and architecture design is when it is going to be help means whenever we are involving the customer based on their requirements, we